Again, I was a Yonkers, New York country. Can you imagine that? I was a country and western writer from Yonkers, New York. Can you imagine? I mean, no country music at all in that town, no country music in New York, and somehow I got in the business. I feel so blessed. For those who don't know, I got very fortunate. I had people like Willie Nelson and Bobby Bear and Eddie Arnold and those folks recording my songs before I had some big rock and roll hits. So I was in the business supporting my family out of New York as a country writer and doing absolutely what I wanted to do, and it was such a wonderful blessing. And then all of a sudden I wrote a couple other things that changed it a little bit for me, but I never forget where I came from. I came from country music in Yonkers, New York. So here's one I wrote. It's been a big hit 3 times. Actually more than that, quite a bit more. And it's been a hit. We're going to go play Sweden. Kendall and I are going to go over there in about 2 weeks, and we're going to join a young lady on stage there that had #1 record with it about 1.5 years ago. And so it's been a hit many, many, many times. But in the States, big hit 3 times, and the latest was by a Jamaican rapper, and I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. But the thing, it did sell a lot of records. It sold between 13 and 14 million copies. It was the biggest record of the last many years. And I finally found out what the hell he was talking. I went out to see him when it went to #1, and I brought him some champagne and all the... He's a Jamaican fella, and he had a Jamaican clubhouse out there, so I brought a bunch of little champagne bottles for all his friends. And he kept saying, "Closer than my peeps you are to me," in the song. I had no idea what he meant, And it wasn't my words, but I did keep all the money, but I finally went out there. When I went to the Jamaican clubhouse, I found out who his peeps were, and they were just his friends, his people, his buddies. So thanks to Shaggy, that was his name. That thing did sell a lot of records, but here's more like the original version went. This is how I wrote it back in the day. There'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can't bind your heart. And there's no need to take a stand. It was I who chose to start. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn away from me. Maybe the sun's light will be dimmed, and it won't matter anyhow. If morning's echo says we've sinned, honey, it was what we needed. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly the tears, baby. Oh, the day. Oh, sweet, sweet baby.